You've heard the headlines, you probably saw the memes, but you've never heard the real story of Mario Balotelli. He battled identity, racism, pressure and pain, all in public. Born in Palermo to Ghanaian parents, Mario was given up for adoption when he was just 3 years old. His birth parents couldn't afford the medical bills. Mario had a serious intestinal infection. He was taken by the Balotelli family in Brescia. He was raised in comfort, but he was never truly accepted. He was black in a white world, Ghanaian by blood, Italian by law, but neither side claimed him. So once he started playing football, he wasn't just fighting for minutes on the pitch, he was also fighting for belonging outside of it. At 11, he joined FC Lumezane. At 15, he was already playing in the senior team. At 16, Barcelona turned him down, but Inter Milan said yes. On his debut, at 17 years old, he was already playing in the first team as a starter. People talk about Lamine Yamal, but Balotelli was a super wonder kid. On his debut, he bagged a brace, and then another against Juventus in the Coppa Italia. At 17, he was already scoring in the Champions League. The world saw a prodigy. But see, the talent was never the problem. Discipline was. His ego. From all the pain he has suffered as a kid, once he started to taste stardom, his ego took over. A red card here, a red card there. Mourinho begged him to behave. Mario didn't listen. Balotelli turned into a very emotional monster. The newspapers called him a clown and kept saying that he didn't belong in Italy. Regardless of his known behavior, he was just too talented. Manchester City were building a super team and they needed the wonder kid. He joined City, scored screamers, he set off fireworks in his bathroom, played Angry Birds on the bench, and yet he still delivered. A hat-trick against Aston Villa, and then his iconic celebration, the Why Always Me shirt. And then came the most iconic Premier League goal in history, Mario Balotelli's assist to Kun Agüero, the first ever Premier League trophy to Manchester City. Mario is officially part of history. But 2012 was his peak. In the Euros, he destroyed Germany with 2 amazing goals. Removes his jersey, stands topless like a king looking at the crowd. But that wasn't arrogance. That was years of pain, the racism, the monkey chants. And for a brief moment, his skin color didn't matter anymore. He was just Rome's gladiator. But unfortunately, football is cruel. After every high comes the lowest of the lows. Every time he stood on the pitch, he played 2 games. The one with the ball and the one with the world. But he kept moving back to Milan, to Marseille, Brescia, Monza. He went to Turkey and scored one of the most beautiful Rabonas. Now he's back in Italy just waiting for retirement. Mario was Italy's first black superstar and they didn't know how to handle that. Mario Balotelli might be remembered for the crazy character, but the streets will never forget what the baller he really was.